Hello and welcome. My name is Samantha Francis, and today I want to talk to you very briefly about something that I have experienced myself and experienced with so many clients, and it is the intention of desire and motivation. So today I want to really talk about the difference between motivation and discipline, because discipline is not a word we hear associated with women enough, in my opinion. Many may disagree with that, but we hear it an awful lot when it comes to children, and we hear it an awful lot when it comes to men, but we just don't hear it enough for women. And the problem with that is that it is so needed, because the truth remains is that as human beings, we all need discipline. So what I hear a lot from women, from clients, is, I haven't got the motivation. Or on a Monday they may feel motivated, and by the Wednesday the motivation has dropped. And then they find themselves slipping back. They find themselves sleeping in. They find themselves eating the foods that don't make them feel good. They find themselves avoiding going to the gym or doing that workout at home, avoiding doing the inner work that they know on a conscious level will take them further and closer to their goal. They avoid it because their motivation has dropped. And so when women come to me and say to me, but what do I do? In those moments where the energy has just dropped, I've got no motivation, I'm slothing around all day, I'm procrastinating, I'm doing all the things that actually are not going to get me closer to where it is I want to be. What I say to them is, well, you need discipline. Because the truth remains, motivation will only get you so far. If you think about it, right? How many times have you said, yeah, I'm motivated to do this. I'm motivated to do this. I'm motivated to do that. Whatever it is, the energy goes up, 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 up. And then for so many, it declines over a day or a period of days, and then it drops, and then you're like, I don't feel like doing this. It's like when people make New Year's resolutions as a collective, everyone's like, yeah, new year, new me. The energy goes up, 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 and then it starts to drop. Well, what do you do when it starts to drop? Because what's happening there is, like I said, motivation does not happen every single day. You cannot rely on motivation. Your brain, your nervous system is also working from an old story, a story where actually maybe you've spent most of your life not being motivated or feeling low. So your brain's going to try and pull you back into that identity. What do you do then? You have to instill yourself with discipline. So it has to come from a space of, do you know something? I don't feel like going to the gym, but I'm going to go anyway. And I'm going to go because actually I remember that every time I do a workout, I feel great. Now, I don't feel great because I see physical results. I get that instant gratification of my whole body chemically working in alignment. I feel proud of myself, so I'm going to go. Right? It's the discipline that will take you to your goals. If you are relying on motivation to carry you through, you will struggle. You will struggle, and you will need support to help you stay on track, because it's just not going to work. It's just not going to work. If we all came from a space of yes, desire and intention, and then using motivation as a vehicle to get us to our goals, would have all reached it. Right? It doesn't get to be so easy at the beginning. We hear this all around in the self-development world. It's like it gets to be easy. It gets to be easy. It does get to be easier. It does, but not at the beginning. And people are afraid to say that. I'm not, because I'm always going to be honest. It's not easy at the beginning. It's going to feel uncomfortable. It's going to feel challenging. But my question to you is, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to succumb to the frequency decline when the motivation drops? Are you going to talk yourself into, I knew this wasn't going to work. Yeah, maybe this isn't for me. Or are you actually going to say, no, I love myself enough to commit to myself. No, I have this goal and only I can reach this goal. Nobody else can get me there but me. Are you going to say, no, I commit to myself and therefore I'm going to do it, even if I don't feel like doing it right now? And some people may chime in and say, actually, no, this is working out of alignment, all the things. But the truth remains, there is a big difference between resistance and something being out of alignment for you. It's a completely different feeling in your body as well. And this is why I teach the women in my world how to feel into their bodies. Because actually, with different emotions and situations, you may feel things in different places or have different sensations. So it's good to be able to identify that. But not all resistance means it's not meant for you. Resistance means there is something you are stepping out from. There is something you're expanding from. Right? You're creating change. And you may not see the change straight away. For most people, it's not going to happen that way. How many times have you gone to the gym, done 2 crunches and looked down for this 6-pack? The 6-pack isn't going to appear after a couple of crunches. The 6-pack appears after consistency and discipline with your nutrition, with your exercise, with your water intake. All of the things is what results in the 6-pack. So stop looking down for the 6-pack and wondering where it is when you've barely put in the discipline, where you've been riding on motivation and relying on motivation. It won't get you there. It just won't. So discipline means consistency. So when you have discipline, consistency falls in line with that. Because you make a promise to yourself, you make it important. The same way that you would put things down in your diary that are non-negotiables, things that have to be done, I suggest you do the same, regardless of what your goal is. Even if your goal is to work on your emotional intelligence, work on feeling better within yourself, if you know that there is a piece of work or some journaling or something that you can do for just an hour, maybe even less than that, put it in your diary as a non-negotiable, because you are important too. You are just as important as all those other things you put in there. And that's how you start to develop discipline. You see it in your diary, for example, and you go, boom, right, that's a non-negotiable. I have to do that. I'm going to do it. And let's not forget your why. Why are you doing it? If you remember your why, that will also help you keep discipline, because sometimes so many of us go through and we do things and we forget why we're even doing it. And then our brains start to chime in and be like, oh, you don't really want to do this. You don't need to do this. And you're like, oh, yeah, I don't. Not really, no. But when you remember your why and you're like, actually, no, I'm doing this so I can be a better mother to my children. I am doing this so I can feel better when I wake up in the morning. I am doing this so I can have more energy to play with my kids. I am doing this so I can be a better partner. Then the inner talk doesn't get to win. You stop validating the inner talk. You stop going, yeah, that's true. I don't really need to do this. You say instead, actually, yeah, I do need to do this. I've been struggling for years. And now is my time. Now is my opportunity to change. This is what I've been wanting for so long. Why would I bail on myself now? Right? So I hope this helps, and I hope this gives some ideas as to how to bring more discipline into your daily life. The truth of the matter is, like I said before, it's not going to feel so easy at the beginning, because nothing is easy at the beginning, okay? But it does get to be easier over time. And the more you remember your why, the more you bring in more discipline into your daily life, the more you commit to yourself, it does get to be easier. It becomes a new default for you, a non-negotiable. And before you know it, you are doing things every day that is embodying the new identity that you want to claim. And then before you know it, you've reached your goal. I hope this helps. If you have any questions, get in touch with me. I'd love to hear from all of you. And I will speak to you all very, very soon.